Hello, it's Fiery Grace the Gifted. I'm here with a Divine Masculine channeled love letter. As always, personalized love letters and exclusives are available at thefierygrace.com. I've already blessed and shuffled. Let's find out what your Divine Masculine message is for today. Hey, for so long, I have struggled to explain how I feel, to tell you what I see. I didn't know. I couldn't understand how I felt. And that made it really challenging to understand how I felt about tomorrow. I've spent a lot of time focusing on today, a lot. And I've spent even more time focusing on yesterday. And I never felt good there. I never felt like I could really trust myself in that time, in that space. So, how could I have any faith in what tomorrow could hold? How could I believe that there was anything good for me, for you, for us? How could I believe that I would make the most of things? The truth is, I couldn't. But something has changed. And I don't know why, but all of a sudden, it's like I just get it. I get why I've been so mad. I get why I've held back for so long. I get why I have ignored the truth. I get it. And now it's like all the visions I've had of the future, they make so much sense that I don't know what I'm still doing here. I could not understand tomorrow. And now I can't understand what I couldn't understand. I get the logic behind why I thought the things I thought. But I wonder where it all started, where it all came from. And why, when you came into my life and you sparked something new and true in me, why I didn't get it immediately. Because now when I think back and I look back, I know that it's all related to you. You are the bright spot in my past, and you are the sure light in my future. I was so scared to give you that much power, and I know that. But for the exact same reason, I'm ready. I was scared because I knew that if you had this much power over me now, even when I didn't want you to, I knew that I would question everything. I would ask myself if all these choices I was making were really my own. But there's something so familiar about you, and there always has been. And now I have more surety in who I'm going to be and the choices I'll make, knowing that I'll have you by my side. Because as much as I want to deny it, you've always been there. You've always said to me, what do you want? What would make you happy? Most people don't ask me that question. They tell me what would make them happy. They tell me what they think I want. The rare time where you said something to me that wasn't just curiosity, I realize now that you did know. That's what that was. It was knowing. And I denied that because I didn't get it, because I didn't understand, because I didn't know. But no more. I can no longer accept this lie that I'm not ready. You passed the torch so long ago. I didn't want to admit that I had it in my hand. And I didn't like what I saw when everything was revealed. I wanted you to be a part of that group of people that I blamed in my life for holding me back. But that was never the case. I felt like by trying to reveal all my flaws, not just in myself, but even in my thinking and my actions, that you were just trying to keep me safe or make me think in a different way that aligned with your purposes and your intents, but never really were for me. But the truth is, I wasn't on the side of truth. I wasn't on the side of justice like you. I realize now there were times where you let me get away with a lot of things that didn't align with you, not because you wanted me to make a mistake, but because you knew you couldn't stop me. And maybe because you knew I had to learn on my own. You loved me so much that you let me make these mistakes. And at the same time tried to stop me. You loved me so much that you would do anything to make me happy. And somehow I'd convinced you, and more importantly myself, that being miserable and wrong was right. And you still put up with me. I think it's because you knew that once my eyes really adjusted to the light, I would be able to make better decisions, choices that were for the greater good, choices that were for all rather than just for me. And some of the choices I was making that I told myself were for me weren't even for me. So I guess I should say I'm sorry. Because not only did you pass me the torch, but in some cases, you let me lead you in the wrong direction. And I more so held on to those things, those choices, those poor decisions out of stubbornness than out of thinking I was right. Honestly, a lot of the time I knew I was wrong. It's crazy to think back to the things I did and said, to the way that I lived. There's so much chaos that I created and then complained about. But you were so loyal. You were so loving. You were so kind. You have done so much more than you should have for me. You have put up with things that I would not have put up with. All just to make sure that my fire was lit. All just to make sure that no matter how bad things got, that I could be happy, that I could see, that I could feel, that I could believe. You ignored every painful moment, and you focused on what you believed was love, something I denied, something I just couldn't believe was real. And you believed for both of us. You wore your crown with grace and dignity. In spite of the undignified things that I might have put you through, you didn't even misstep once. I was wrong to tell myself I don't deserve you. A part of me still thinks I don't, but I know it's not about deserving anymore. It's about what I need. I don't think anyone really deserves anything good. We're all filled with regret and mistakes, selfishness. All humans, all of us. There's no one who's infallible. There's no one who can avoid it. And in spite of that, we're still given a chance. And another, and another, and another. And I think something in you knew that. That even though nobody was perfect, love was. Love is, love will always be all we need. So maybe none of us deserve love, but we've got it because we need it. And we always will. That is a far cry from what I used to think and believe. Not just about love, but about people, about myself. And now there's this abundance and this overflow, and all I can think is, how did I get here? But I know the answer now. It always points back to you. It always points back to the way you make me feel, to the way you love me. It always points back. And that's why now I get it. I was blind for so long, and when I finally started to see visions, it was like I couldn't interpret what I was seeing. But when you came in and you clarified things for me, you took me to another level. You took me to a place where, rather than seeking out abundance with my eyes and my hands, I sought it with my soul. That's really different. Abundance of the soul, intangible. That's not what I've been looking for. And yet every day, as my attitude begins to shift and my perspective changes more and more, I see the value. I see how real it is to have everything you need inside rather than out. I see the value in being able to create, to turn things to gold that seem to have no value at all. You changed me because you started with me. What you didn't know about me is that as much as I might have gotten really good at pretending, I believed I deserved nothing. I believed that I was a liability, a walking liability, that everything I touched turned to nothing if it already wasn't. And some of it turned worse. As much as I got really good at pretending to be someone I wasn't, I also truly believe that deep down, there was nothing but darkness in this world, that love was a lie, that it could never possibly exist. And with that thinking, so did I create a life of nothingness and misery and stress and strain. But you came along and you changed everything, and you made me realize that there was no reason to be afraid, no reason to believe that evil and darkness would win, no reason at all. You did something for me that no one else has ever been able to do. I think the most important part, as much as it was great to believe in myself and to see you in a new light, I no longer feel like everything and everyone is out to get me. And I never knew how horrible that was for me until I let it go. I get chills just thinking about it. Looking around and seeing a world that is falling apart, it's hard to keep that in mind some days, but I can't shake it. This knowing that someone out there has my back. It's because of you. You believe so strongly and you have this beautiful faith. For so long, I believed in you. But I realized that what you could see, what you knew went far beyond anything that you thought you could do on your own. I'm only at the beginning, but feeling that strong sense of faith has done something to me. I no longer feel that the world is out to get me. In fact, I feel like it's just been trying to get my attention. Just like you have. And I thought you wanted my attention for you. And I thought you were so selfish sometimes. Trying to distract me from my life and my world and my dreams and my goals. And then I realized how often I said me, my, and I. I realized how often what you were even trying to bring to my attention wasn't about you. I realized you just wanted to change the world. And you saw something in me that was worth it all. You looked at me and you knew there was something worth nurturing. That there was something deep down that once it was brought to the light would never be darkened again. And you were so right. Something in you, in spite of everything you saw and even the things I told you, said not to give up, and you trusted it. And now I'm on a quest to find that too. To feel it, to know without a shadow of a doubt that there is a reason we're all here. And every time I felt like something was trying to stop me, it was probably just trying to alter my course just enough to get me to the right place. Thank you for showing me that faith. That hope is real and worth it. Thank you for loving me so much that I could not help but see that love is real. Thank you for being exactly who you were supposed to be in my life then. Thank you for being everything I need you to be right now. And thank you. Thank you for always working to make yourself better, for aligning yourself with everything that you believe in. Thank you for trying to change the world, because everything you'll do tomorrow is going to inspire me just as you always have. But this time, I'm ready. I'm ready to take it on. I'm ready to believe. I'm ready to be who I'm supposed to be. And I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have gotten to this place without you being willing to light the way and even pass the torch to someone who should not have been trusted with fire. You amaze me and inspire me constantly. And I'm so grateful. I love you. I love everything you are, everything about you. And I won't forget this time.